You have been through trials that felt impossible, challenges that seemed insurmountable, and moments when every part of you wanted to give up. There were nights when doubt whispered in your ear, when fear tried to paralyze you, when the world seemed determined to convince you that you were not enough. Yet here you are. You have passed. You have endured what many could not, and you have come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. This is not a small accomplishment. This is a declaration. Passing the test is more than just surviving. It is rising above the circumstances. It is pushing through when the pain was real. It is refusing to let the storms of life define who you are. Every setback, every failure, every moment of disappointment became a stepping stone, a teacher, a guide, shaping your character, refining your spirit, and preparing you for something greater. There were times when it felt like the world was conspiring against you, when doors were closing, when people questioned your purpose, when even your own heart questioned your strength, but you kept moving forward. You kept believing, you kept fighting, and tonight it is time to celebrate the victory that often goes unseen, the victory of endurance, the triumph of patience, the courage to stand when everything around you was shaking. You passed because you refused to quit. You passed because your spirit was stronger than the voices that told you to give up. You passed because your faith refused to be shaken, your determination refused to be broken, and your heart refused to accept defeat. It is easy to forget the moments that tested you the most, but those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. The test was not just about what you could endure externally. It was about what you could endure internally. It was about proving to yourself that your spirit is resilient, that your faith is real, that your purpose cannot be denied. Every tear you shed, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, every struggle, you passed through them, and now you carry a strength that cannot be taken away. The world may not see it, and some may even question whether it was worth it, but you know the fire you walked through, the weight you carried, and the battles you fought. And the truth is, passing the test is not just about reaching the finish line. It is about the transformation that occurred along the way. You are not the same person you were when the test began. You are stronger, wiser, more aware of your purpose, more prepared for the responsibilities that lie ahead. This is your moment to recognize your victory, to honor your perseverance, to embrace the fact that you have overcome what many would have allowed to defeat them. You passed, chosen one, and the very fact that you are here, standing, breathing, believing, is proof that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. The test is over, but the journey is just beginning. And the strength you have gained from passing this trial will carry you into every challenge and every blessing that awaits. Your destiny is not something that waits passively for you to notice it. It is alive, it is calling, it is demanding your attention, your courage, your faith, and your readiness. To claim your destiny is not merely to wish it into existence. It is to rise with authority, to step boldly, to move decisively, and to embrace what has been prepared for you long before you took your first breath Every test you have endured, every trial you have overcome, every lesson you have learned has led you to this point. The time for hesitation is over. The time for fear is over. The time to step into your God-given purpose, the life you were meant to live, the influence you were born to wield is now. Claiming your destiny requires belief that goes beyond mere words. It requires action that matches your faith. It requires courage that refuses to shrink when faced with opposition, and it requires persistence that does not quit even when the journey seems long and the path seems unclear. You have been equipped with the gifts, talents, and spirit necessary to rise to the calling placed upon your life. And to deny your destiny would be to deny the very purpose for which you were chosen. The world may try to distract you. The voices of doubt may try to convince you that you are unworthy, that you are not ready, or that your time has not come. But the truth is, your destiny cannot be dictated by opinion, fear, or circumstance. It is written, it is appointed, and it is yours to claim. Claiming your destiny also requires vision, a clear understanding of what lies ahead, a recognition of the path you must walk, and a willingness to step into the unknown with confidence. There will be moments of uncertainty, moments when the path seems shadowed, and moments when obstacles appear larger than you feel capable of overcoming. But those moments are the very tests that prove your readiness to embrace the fullness of your destiny. You cannot wait for validation from the world. You cannot wait for perfection in yourself. You cannot wait for ease in the journey. Claiming your destiny is about moving forward with faith, moving forward with determination, and moving forward with the unwavering belief that what has been promised will come to pass. It is about understanding that your destiny is not a dream, it is a mandate. It is not a suggestion, it is a calling. It is not delayed by your doubts, it is fulfilled by your courage. To claim your destiny is to step into the fullness of your identity, to activate your purpose, and to embrace the life, influence, and impact that has been prepared for you. Chosen one, you have passed the test. You have been prepared. You have been chosen. Now is the time to rise. Now is the time to act. And now is the time to claim the destiny that has been waiting for you. Do not shrink back. Do not hesitate. Do not settle for less. Your destiny is yours, and it is time to step into it boldly, confidently, and without regret. Faith without action is like a seed that is never planted. It has potential, but it never produces fruit. You have been chosen. You have passed the test, and now the journey requires more than belief. It requires movement. Faith in action is not passive. It does not sit back and wait for life to hand you what you desire. Faith in action is bold. It steps forward when the path is uncertain. It moves when the world says to wait. It dares to believe beyond what the eye can see, and then backs that belief with effort, discipline, and determination. Your faith is not measured by what you pray, what you declare, or what you hope for. It is measured by what you do with the opportunities, resources, and gifts you have been given. It is easy to have faith in easy seasons, but true faith is tested in the midst of trials, in the shadows of doubt, in the moments when failure seems inevitable. This is when faith becomes action. You are called to align your life with the promises you believe, to walk the path even when it is unfamiliar, to act courageously when hesitation would be easier. Action validates faith. It is the proof that what you believe is real, that what you declare has power, and that what you dream is attainable. You cannot wait for circumstances to be perfect before you step out. You cannot wait for the world to understand your vision before you pursue it. Faith in action is about moving in alignment with your purpose, even when it is inconvenient, even when it is uncomfortable, even when fear tries to stop you. Every step you take in faith is a declaration that you trust in what is unseen, that you believe in what has not yet manifested, and that you refuse to be bound by doubt. The final step in your journey requires faith that works. It requires discipline, preparation, and persistence. It requires that you take the gifts, talents, and opportunities you have been given and use them boldly to fulfill the destiny that is waiting for you. Faith in action is also about consistency. It is not enough to move once and then stop. You must continue to step forward day after day, even when results are not immediate, even when the reward seems distant, even when the journey feels long. Every small act of obedience, every deliberate choice to move closer to your purpose, every time you rise despite fear, is evidence that your faith is alive and working. The world will not see your faith until it is activated. The promises will not manifest until you respond. The breakthrough will not arrive until you walk in alignment with what you believe. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is a lifestyle, a deliberate commitment to move when God calls, to act when opportunity arises, and to step boldly into the destiny that has been prepared for you. Chosen ones, your faith must be visible, tangible, and active. It must transform hope into results, belief into action, and dreams into reality. Your destiny is waiting, but it requires faith in motion. You have been chosen not because of your perfection, not because your path has been easy, not because your past was free of mistakes, but because you have a spirit that refuses to quit. Being chosen is not about being flawless. It is about being faithful, persistent, and willing to step into the assignment that only you can fulfill. Every trial, every test, every disappointment, and every setback was not meant to define you, but to prepare you for the purpose that awaits. You are here because you have been handpicked, because there is a mission that cannot be accomplished without your courage, your voice, your influence, and your faith. You were chosen to shine when others may be discouraged, to rise when others may fall, and to act when others are hesitant. The purpose for which you were chosen is bigger than comfort, bigger than convenience, bigger than recognition. It is bigger than what the world can see or understand. It is a calling that resonates with your soul, a mission that only you can fulfill, a plan that has been written before the foundation of the world. You were chosen to bring light into places of darkness, to bring hope to the weary, to bring transformation where stagnation has reigned, and to bring life where despair has tried to take root. To be chosen is to carry responsibility, to bear a mantle, and to step into your life knowing that your presence matters, your decisions matter, and your actions can change the course of destiny, not just for you, but for those around you. You were not chosen because it would be easy, but because you are strong enough to endure, wise enough to discern, and faithful enough to obey. Every struggle you have faced has been a rehearsal for the stage on which you are about to walk. Every tear has watered the soil of your purpose. Every challenge has sharpened your skills, and every setback has strengthened your resolve. Your purpose is not accidental, and your calling is not random. You were chosen to leave a mark, to influence lives, to accomplish things that others will talk about for generations. To recognize that you are chosen is to embrace the responsibility to live intentionally, to act boldly, and to rise above mediocrity. You have been equipped, even in ways you do not yet fully understand, to step into the role for which you were created. And this is why you must never underestimate the power of being chosen. When doubt arises, when fear whispers, when the world tries to convince you that you are ordinary, remember you were handpicked, you are significant, you are prepared, you are destined for greatness. The calling on your life is unique, and your assignment cannot be completed by anyone else. The moments that challenge you, the decisions that test you, and the opportunities that await you are all part of the design for which you were chosen. You are not here by accident. You are here on purpose. You are chosen to fulfill your destiny, to carry your message, to embrace your mission, and to walk boldly into the future with confidence, courage, and unwavering faith. There is a moment in life when everything changes, when opportunity knocks, and it often comes at the most unexpected hour. That hour is midnight, the time when the world sleeps, when distractions fade, when the enemy assumes you are weak. And yet, that is the exact moment when the final step of your destiny is revealed. The midnight hour is critical because it tests not just what you have learned, but what you are willing to do when no one is watching. It is in the quiet of the night, in the stillness of solitude, when your faith is purified, your resolve is measured, and your readiness is revealed. Many will never understand this because they are looking for blessings in broad daylight, expecting rewards when everything feels comfortable, expecting breakthroughs when life is easy. But the truth is, the true measure of your readiness is not in moments of ease. It is in moments of quiet, in the unseen hours, in the times when you feel alone, when fear wants to grip your heart, when the storm rages and yet you remain standing. That is the midnight hour, and that is when your faith must rise to the occasion. The world may be asleep, but destiny does not wait. Opportunity does not postpone itself because you are tired, because you are uncertain, because the timing feels inconvenient. The midnight hour is when champions are made, when ordinary people are transformed into vessels of extraordinary purpose, when dreams that have been whispered in the heart become realities that are spoken into existence. It is a sacred hour, a testing hour, a refining hour. You have been chosen not for comfort, not for ease, but for impact, for influence, and for purpose that can only be fulfilled when your spirit is awake, alert, and ready. The critical nature of this hour is that it separates those who merely dream from those who act, those who wait from those who rise, those who settle from those who soar. It is a divine moment designed to see if your faith is rooted in convenience or in conviction, in what is seen or in what is unseen, in comfort or in calling. The midnight hour will ask you to move when you feel least prepared, to trust when the path is unclear, to act when all logic tells you to wait. And it is precisely in that moment that your character is tested and your purpose is confirmed. You must understand that the blessings, breakthroughs, and revelations you have been waiting for often arrive in the darkness before the dawn, in the quiet before the celebration, in the midnight before the morning. If you are not awake, if you are not ready, if your spirit is not aligned, you may miss the very thing that will change everything. Chosen ones, the midnight hour is critical because it is not just a time, it is a test, a call, a revelation. It is the moment that separates those who merely survive from those who thrive. It is the hour when your preparation meets opportunity, when your faith meets action, and when your destiny begins to unfold in ways you never imagined. You must stay ready, remain alert, and embrace the midnight hour with expectation, because what happens in that sacred time will define your life forever. Passing is a celebration, yes, but it is not the finish line. Passing is a confirmation that you have endured, that you have survived, that you have proven your spirit is resilient, but it is only the beginning of what lies ahead. Many people make the mistake of resting too long on the victory of passing, thinking that this achievement alone is enough. But passing is not the destination, it is the doorway to destiny. It signals that the next level is waiting, and it calls for more courage, more faith, more preparation than you have ever needed before. You have walked through trials, you have faced setbacks, and you have demonstrated your strength. Yet now the journey requires something greater, readiness for what has not yet been revealed. You have passed, but passing without continued preparation is like crossing the first bridge and stopping in the middle. You have not yet arrived where you were meant to go. There is a final step, a higher calling, a greater challenge that waits for those who are willing to move beyond what they have already accomplished. Passing proves that you are capable, but it does not guarantee success if you are not willing to step into the next season with discipline, with focus, and with unwavering determination. The beginning after passing is where character is truly tested, where faith is truly exercised, where commitment is measured not by words, but by action. It is easy to be satisfied with what has already been achieved, to celebrate the victories of yesterday, to rest on past accomplishments, but the truth is that the journey of life, of purpose, of destiny is forward moving. The next step demands a new level of courage, a fresh wave of commitment, and a willingness to step into the unknown. Passing is not the time to slow down. It is the time to accelerate. It is the time to align your heart, your mind, and your actions with the calling that has been placed on you. Every experience you have had up to this point, every test you have passed, every lesson you have learned is now your foundation. You are being equipped for the next stage, for the next opportunity, for the ultimate fulfillment of your purpose. The world may not understand what you have passed through, but you must understand that the victory you have achieved is just the starting point for something far greater. The final step will not wait for hesitation. It will not pause for fear. It will not slow down for doubt. You have passed, and that is powerful, but the true test of greatness comes when you use that victory as a springboard to go higher, to move faster, and to fulfill the destiny that is waiting for you beyond the threshold. Every champion knows that passing is the beginning, not the end, and that the greatest achievements come when the past victories are used to propel you into a future that requires more faith, more courage, and more action than ever before. You have passed, chosen one, and now the real journey begins.